Hello and welcome. It's Mark from Set My Site, and in this video tutorial we are going to be looking at the product editor in depth. So in order to access the product editor, we're going to go to the menu bar on the left and click on products. We're now going to locate the product that we want to edit and click on it, or you have the option of simply adding a brand new product. But for the sake of demonstration purposes, it's easier for me to demonstrate all of the features built into the product editor by selecting an existing product which already has everything kind of built into it. So I'm going to click on this first product here to edit it, or you can click on that edit button when you hover over. Okay, great. So that takes me to the back end here, and I'm going to basically start with the title, the very basic stuff, and then we're going to get into a lot of the details here so you fully understand everything that's going on back here in the editor, because all of it's really important when you're creating a new product or editing an existing product. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to add your product title. So whatever the name of the product is, you're going to want to add it here. And also by default, if you're creating a new product, it's going to add the name of the product title here as the URL extension. So you actually don't have to do anything here if you're creating a new product. If you're editing an existing product and you've changed the title of that product, it's not a bad idea to copy that title name and then edit this and then paste it in here, because then by default you'll be using that new title as the product URL extension. You can just click OK, and then that will automatically add the dashes and lower cases to that URL extension for you. So that's the title and the URL extension. Very easy to do. And I'm going to scroll down here. Now we have the product editor, and I'm actually going to get in depth on the product description editor in a moment. I'm not going to jump into that yet, but I just want to show you what this is here. This is where you would add the description of the product itself. And so this is what we call the long description editor. And when you look at this specific product here, so you have your title up here, you have this short description that appears next to the product's main image. As you scroll down, you have this very long description. And so this is that long description here. This is where you would edit this long description. And so it's really easy. You just use it like any kind of word editor. You just simply add the description that you want to, and you have a lot of options here. You might not see all the options at first, but then you can just toggle the options here, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So that's the long description editor. Over here you have your product categories. So your categories, product can actually fit into multiple product categories. So you want to be able to select all of the categories that this product fits into. And you also have the option of adding a brand new category if your product is a new product and it doesn't fit into an existing category. You simply click this button here, and you can simply type in brand new category, click the add new product category button, and now you've just created a brand new category, and it's automatically check marked for you as well. So you can go through here, you can check the various categories that the product belongs to. You can uncheck other categories if you believe it doesn't belong to those categories, until you have a nice and a nice list of categories, and the product makes sense in all of those categories. So scrolling down here on the right side, we have product tags. And product tags are basically like keywords that you associate with a specific product. Product tags are added to a product because it helps people when they're using the search function on the website looking for specific information or specific products related to these search terms. So you can add product tags very, very easily. I'll just add a couple of these here. So gourmet foods, party foods, and I'm just simply adding them and just separating them by a comma, and I can just click add, and then it adds all of those tags here. I can also just add just one tag if I want to. I could just call it greens and then hit enter, and that'll just add it for me automatically. And it's really easy to remove tags. You just click that red X button to remove tags. So you want to make sure you add as many tags to your product when you're creating a new product as you possibly can. Again, that just helps for people who are searching on the website looking for specific information. And then as you scroll down, you'll notice that you have some images here. So this is where you control the images associated with the product. And so you have a featured image, which is our main image that you see here. right? And then you have our photo gallery images, and those are the images that appear down here. So you can edit those really, really easily. If you're editing an existing product and you want to change the featured image, you're going to click on Remove Featured Image and then Set Featured Image to add a new featured image. If you're creating a new product, you're not going to have any images here already, so you're just going to click on Set Featured Image. So you have two options when you're adding an image to your website. You can either use your media library, which is a library of all of the existing images that already exist on your website, and you can just simply select any image here in your media library. But in most cases, you're going to want to upload a brand new image because it's going to be a new product. So you probably have a new image on your computer that you want to upload to the website. Well, that's simple. You simply click on Select File, and then you find that image on your computer to upload it. You can also upload multiple images at the same time, which is really convenient. So once you've finished uploading your images, you'll be able to select those images and then simply set the product image by clicking on that button right there. And then that will automatically update the featured image to the new image that you've selected. So I'll just click on that, set product image, and boom, there it is. Same thing with the photo gallery. You simply click on this button here to add brand new images to your product gallery. Again, you can select images from your media library if you want to, or you can upload brand new files by simply clicking on the Select Files button. You can select multiple images at once from your media library by holding down on the control button on your computer, and you can also deselect those images by simply clicking this checkbox up here. So it's really easy to add images. If you've ever added images to Facebook or anything really, it's equally as easy to do it here on your website. Once you've selected the images that you want to include in your product gallery, simply click on the Add to Gallery button, and it will now update your product gallery with those images. So that's how you do images. The next thing we want to look at is we want to look at sidebar. So for every product and almost every page and almost every blog post, we have something called a sidebar, which is what happens here on the side. So if I click on the blog page, for example, and you can see that on the left I have a sidebar, and the sidebar has different things that are associated with the blog, like featured articles and categories. And if I click on a specific blog post, you'll see that now the sidebar is here on the right, and it has recent articles here. It's got some categories, and it's got what people are saying here. So you can see that the sidebars are pretty important. And your shop has sidebars too. So if you click on the shop, you have a shop sidebar that has product categories. And if you click on a product, let's see here, if you click on a product, you also see here that you have a sidebar on your product that's different from the blog sidebar, and it's different from the shop sidebar. So so basically you're able to choose which sidebar you add to your product, to your blog, to your page right here in this sidebar options area. And so where it says sidebar widget area, this is where you're going to choose the sidebar that you want to add. And so by default on this website, the product sidebar is the default. So this is going to be what's automatically chosen. And since you're editing a product, this is what you want. You want the product sidebar. So you actually, if you're doing a product on this site, you don't have to choose a new sidebar. This will be the default, and so it will automatically create this specific sidebar that's designed for product pages. So that's how you manage the sidebars. And now we're going to scroll back up, and we're going to go and look at this editor in depth. Okay, so now this is again the long description editor, and what I want to do here is just show you some basic stuff about some basic features here that are built into the editor itself. So first of all, if you ever used any kind of word processor before in your life, Microsoft Word, you can use Apple Pages, whatever it is, they all look very similar, where you have a line left, a line center, you can choose a text color. This is no different. So what you want to do here is I just want to show you kind of the different things that are possible here, that are important parts of this editor. And so I'm going to take this little phrase here, I'm going to put it up here, and we're going to turn this into a title. So I'm going to highlight that, and we're going to make that a heading 2. So you can see that this is now changed, and now when I scroll over, it's a heading 2. And when I scroll over this, it says paragraph. So that's good, that's what we want. right? And then what if we wanted to create like a heading 3? Well, we would just take a little thing here, add this here. Now I'm going to highlight that and create a heading 3. So these are the different headings that you can put on your within your description editor, and you can also change the color too. So if I want to highlight that and then just change this to an orange color, now I've got this in orange, which is really nice. You can also select it, and I can choose to bold this, italicize it, underline it. So I've chosen all of those options here for that heading. You can also, one of the very important things is add links to some words. So I'm going to select this phrase here, and I'm going to insert a hyperlink. So instead of hyperlinking out to some other website, I want to actually link to an existing page within my website. So I'll click on link to existing content, and that's going to bring me to all of the different pages, blog posts, and products that are built into my website itself. So I can definitely choose any kind of page that I want to link to. I'm going to link it to, let's say, our privacy policy here, and then you have the option to open the link in a new tab or window, or to open it in the same window. So I'm going to have that check marked, and you can see my title is automatically populated with the word privacy policy. That's great, and it's going to open up in a new window. So I'll add the link there. So if you wanted to get rid of a link, you simply click on the hyperlink within the text editor, and then you click this remove link button, and that will remove the link for you. So these are the basic things that I want to show you within the product description editor. Also, one more thing is sometimes you'll see some of the options won't be available, so you're going to want to click on this toolbar toggle, and that will bring up all of the rest of the options. So really easy. Scrolling down, we have this SEO section, which is great, and the SEO section is going to help you create descriptions for your product that are going to help you get found in search engines. So one of the things that that we look for, let's say that, this is the name of the product that we want to show up for on search engines. So I'm just going to copy that. So what we want to do is we want to add a focus keyword. Our focus keyword, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to go into this section because there's a whole video that's dedicated to the SEO aspect. So before I get into this, really what I want to do, I want to focus on the different elements that are built into the product editor, and then we're going to have a whole video on how to use this SEO, and that's gonna be applied to everything on your website, from pages to products to blog posts. So that's going to be its own video. So so scrolling down, we have this area here which is really important. This is product data. So this is where you're going to add all of the information pertaining to the product, including the price, including the SKU number, including the inventory that you have of a specific product. This is really the most important section here. So the first thing we're going to start with is product data. Is it a simple product, or is it a variable product? Those are the two basic product types that you're going to be using on your web store. So this specific product is a simple product, and what a simple product means is you notice that on the product page there are no options to choose any kind of attributes or elements that would affect the product. So what do I mean by that? It's really simple. I can't choose a size for this product. I can't choose a color for this product, right? I don't have any additional things that I can choose to modify or customize the product that I'm going to be purchasing. It is simply the product, and I can add it to the cart as it is. So I simply click add to cart, and then that will add my product to the cart. So that's a simple product. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new video that's going to go over the simple product and the different product data here, and then there's going to be a second video that's going to go over the variable product and how that all of this information gets affected by choosing the variable product, and then how to create and edit a variable product. So this video pretty much ends here. The last thing I want to show you too in the product editor is your product short description. We talked about that earlier. You have a little description right here that shows up next to the picture. That is going to be basically the product summed up in a couple of sentences, and that short description editor is right here. This is where you would access that short description. The editor works exactly the same way as the long description editor works. So simply add your short description here. And of course, when you are finished updating or adding your brand new product, if you're editing an existing product, you're going to click this button that says update. If you're adding a brand new product, this button is actually going to say publish. So click on that to make sure that your information gets published to the web. And real quick, I'm going to, once this is done loading, preview the product page so you can see the edits that I made to the description here. So I'm going to refresh this. Yeah, it's okay. Resend that. I'm going to refresh this page real quick. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down, and now you can kind of see this is that heading 3 that I created with the orange color and the italics and the underline. And so you can see this is the link that I created that links out to the privacy policy and opens it up on a new page. So all of that is here on the description editor. So yeah, that's the end of this video. That is the introduction to your product editor. Hopefully this has been helpful, and in the next couple of videos we're going to look at simple products and variable products. Thank you.